Morning guys, we are just getting our cup of coffee. We have a special, very special video for everyone today. First, let me get my coffee. Today we're serving a Brazil, so it's a little bit less nuanced than I would like, but it's not my cup preference lah. You know, I prefer something more sour. I like sour coffee. But with the coffee ready, let's talk about the Bentley Continental GT 2019. Look at this beautiful car. Now, I filmed a lot about this car already, right? Since the unloading process, since the Western Motorsports car checking process, the car is finally in our showrooms, but it's a very special car, right? Within 12 hours of it being in our showroom, overnight, it was already sold to one of our very good VIP customers. And as you can see, the 2019 is the new facelifted model. This is the third generation of Bentley Continental GT, and you can see the presence is immense, right? In our showroom of, you know, there's a mix of drop the tops, starting from the Cooper S convertible, the Audi TT Roadster, which has been sold, the Boxster and the Boxster S that has been sold, the TT at the back. This just commands your attention. It's big, it's hefty, yet it's very imposing and very elegant, especially with the chrome bits at the front. As you can see, the chrome bits are just so commanding, so commanding. It's very proud, it's very big, and it's very shiny, of course. Now, the face of the Bentley Continental GT is adorned with these headlights over here, the main star of the show, the shining light through the darkness. You get this very crystal, very diamond cut design, which reminds me a lot of carafes, right? You see carafes, those very expensive Aura Force ones, or the Royal Selangor, or the Swarovski ones. Actually, Royal Selangor and Swarovski is not even close to, you know, this level, but it is crystal looking, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. It's like if you were to shrink down inside, it will look something like a kaleidoscope, or it will look like something that you've been transported into a different dimension. As you can see, there's no headlamp washers, right? With the Bentley Bentayga, this was actually a headlamp washer that popped out and sprayed water onto the main headlamps. But Bentley claims that with the 82 individual LEDs in these headlights, the light that pours through is just too much for any mud or dirt to handle, and you can see clearly even without headlamp washers. That's British sort of arrogance, and not arrogance. It's not arrogance when you can back it up, it's arrogance when you can't back it up, and this car really backs it up. So one more look at the front face and we move on to this side. Let's go to that side. More lighting, more beautiful. You can see the lines are very crisp, and that is because this car was made with a new technique. It's a super forming technique that heats the aluminium to over 500 degrees, and then the melted aluminium basically is they use air pressure to put it across a mold that forms this car, and it's very signature, very crisp, sharp lines that define this car. This unit in particular is with the Bentley Molina spec, and the Molina spec means that the rims are 22 inches and the calipers are black, so you can't really see it contrasting, but it is crazy big calipers. Look at that, all the way down here. Those are the brake calipers of this car. Why are they so massive? Well, because this car has 626 horsepower, 900 Newton meters of torque. Yes, this is the W12 engine that Bentley is famous for. 0 to 100 faster than any Boxster in our showroom, faster than any car in our showroom. It is 3.7 seconds as the Century Sprint number. Top speed of 333 kilometers per hour. That's 333 kilometers per hour. Only legal on the Autobahn, and only in the Autobahn can you find a stretch of road that can handle this car in a straight. It's crazy. Such a heavy, big car as well. It's more than 2 tons. It's more than 2 tons. It's super heavy, but with such a powerful engine to back it up. Of course, you need powerful brakes as the safety feature. Now let's take a look more at the Bentley from the side profile. You can see it's absolutely imposing, and you can see with the super forming technique mentioned just now, you can see the 3 signature lines of the Bentley. From there to there, there's 1 signature line. Above the rear wheel arch, there is 1 signature line, and of course, being the Bentley Grand Tourer Coupe, that signature sloping roof line tells you that it is a Bentley Conti GT. Now, smaller features, I really like this a lot. This is 12, right? Symbolic of the 12 cylinders in this car, wrapped in this very flowy piece of metal, right? If you take a closer look, you can see it's not really uniform. There's a lot of curves, miniature curves that go around and in, and you can see this chrome bits over here with the flying B symbol over here, and that just looks fantastic, right? Beautiful, beautiful. And this is in chrome as well, the letters 1 and 2, 12 letters there. The chrome bit travels all the way down and to the rear wheel, and I would argue that this is a very cool line as well. It really brings balance to the whole package. Looking at it from from the profile, the back goes down to the flying B, the front goes up, slopes down, and of course the signature line through the center of the car. It really brings a very proportionate balance. It really reminds me of the golden rule of designers, the golden rule, where it's like, you know, everything must be proportionate in a way. 70-30, that sort of evoking that sort of sense. All right, see the back calipers as well, beautiful, beautiful. And to the back we see the Bentley Conti GT in its rear 45-degree view, oval tipped exhaust, and this car actually does have sports exhaust, which you will explore later on. There you go. There's a valve that opens up when you start the car, and when you put it into a dynamic or a sporty driving mode, it opens up the valves, and you can hear the beautiful sound that this W12 engine makes later on. The back, still very wide, still very imposing. Now this car was actually bigger than its predecessor. The previous generation was a lot smaller. It didn't drive as good because the engine, the massive W12 engine, all of that weight was in front of the front axle. right? So it was really off balance, and when driving straight, it was fine because of the weight, because of the massive engine. It pulls fine. But when it came to the point where you reached your destination as a Grand Tourer, it just did not handle itself very eloquently or very elegantly through bends, through corners. But now, instead of, you know, let's tuck the engine a little bit back, let's find a way to increase the handling through, you know, technology and whatever, they relied on physics by making the car slightly longer, slightly wider. They managed to fit this massive engine not really behind the front axle, but near enough that it's behind the center of this wheel here. Yep, and we can show you the engine later on. This is an adaptive spoiler as well that comes up to speed. This automatically goes up, or you can activate it yourself if so you wish. Matching with the oval exhaust are these rear parking lights and all these brake lights, this rear lights over here, oval, very, very nice. And of course you get the double Bentley logo at the back, the flying B with the typography Bentley. It's just so eloquent. Now this car is sold, and let's take a peek inside the interior, and that's what we will be getting to next. Here I have the key of the Bentley Continental GT with me. Let's take a look at the interior. Of course, keyless, and then luxury begins. See, the door opens and holds itself at any and every angle possible. Now, with most doors, it doesn't do that, and especially in shopping center or in tight parking spaces. For a big car like this, some cars might be tucked right beside you, and you need to hold the door at any angle, the perfect angle for you to just squeeze yourself out. But then again, this is a Bentley. You would most likely use the, what do you call it, the parking service, the chauffeur parking services, or the jockey parking services anywhere you go. Okay, you own a Bentley, you're rich enough to do that. Okay, so this is the interior, and of course this door was inspired by the Panamera, the cousin of this car, of course built on the same platform under VW Group. Now you can see the stitching. This is an option as well. This is the diamond in diamond stitching pattern, and you can see the extravagance and the opulence, the luxury and the atasness of this car. You can see the seats. These are part of the Molina driving spec, which means that the seats are in super sport seats with sportier bolstering, but still with the diamond in diamond design. So that is absolutely gorgeous. You see the Bentley welcome over here. You get the illuminated Bentley Flying B logo. You get the Bentley typography here. The colors here can be changed according to the selections that up on the panel, and you also get a very nice emblem here, handcrafted by Bentley Motors Limited crew in London. And of course you get a wide selection of seat adjustments, 22 directions and 22 way in fact. Alright, so let's go in. Soft close doors. I just need to tuck it in and it closes itself with a seatbelt presenter. Now, one of the special features of this car is the triple rotating display. With the car off, engine off, you can see it's very clean, and this really reminds me of the feature in the S class, the S63 that we filmed before. This is a very nice design touch. One chrome line all the way from here, fade into here, and round the corner it goes, across the air vents, across the center instrument panel, across to the other side. Very rounded, very comfortable. It feels like the car is not rectangular, the cabin is not rectangular, but it is more oval shaped. And now let's start the engine and watch the rotating display. You can hear the roar of that W12 engine. So let's set the keys aside. You get the clock, Bentley face clock over here, you get the air vents over here, and you get the infotainment system over here. But you have a screen button here, and once you press it, it transforms itself into the third phase. Oh no, what is this music? It transforms itself into the third phase, where you get a compass, you get a clock, and then you get a temperature gauge as well. So you can do driving dynamics with this. For example, you can start timer, you can count your laps, everything with this phase as well. You see, this is the view in the Bentley Continental GT. It is absolutely stunning, and of course it does resemble itself with the Panamera, with the Audi Q8, etc., because they are part of the same group. But this is a Bentley, and everything is just a lot more opulent, a lot higher quality, and a lot more atas, basically. Right, there you go. You see the front panel, you get the contrasting leather with contra stitching on the inside of the steering wheel. You know me, I'm a sucker for contra design, you know, contra design elements here. As per tradition, you still get the aircon vents with these pulley push things, and then it is not any more analog as before, where the vents actually close up. There's a mechanism to close up, but it is electronic now. This acts as a fancy button, basically. And something that I don't really like about Bentley, who am I to say this? But this whole center console is just overly complicated to me. Along with this, I'm sure there is a way to, I don't know, simplify this. There's a way to simplify this, but I've just seen cleaner designs, right? I've just seen cleaner designs in other cars. This is just a little bit too complex for me, especially when you're driving. Of course, it will take some time to get used to, and once you get used to, I'm sure with the button layout instead of a touchscreen, you are able to feel the position of each button and be able to get to what you want, do what you want based on, you know, the buttons. But I think it's just overly complicated a little bit, right? So let's get back to this. You can see that here is the sports dial, and you can't really hear the engine, but if I rev it, you can hear this engine over there, right? It's a W12, and it is smart technology, the same as the Bentley Bentayga. It is very, very smart, because as you are driving without
much use for that 626 horsepower. It closes off, it switches off one cylinder bank and uses just V6 basically. Yeah. Fun fact, if you didn't know, W12, right, are two V6 engines side by side, which you put the double V together, W in French or German, I don't know. Yeah, but basically W, double V, get together, put them side by side, it becomes a W12, and that's the signature Bentley engine. Now, there you go. This is the sports dial. Let me just open the door a little bit so you can just see how loud the engine sounds. Alright, any angle, and then you can hear the tone. Let's rev it a little bit first. So this is Bentley's driving mode, and then you change it to sport mode with this dial over here. You can hear the tone drop, you can hear the bass increase and the raspiness just louder because of the valves opening up at the back. Soft closed doors, beautiful, and you can see this interior. Now this interior has over 300,000 stitches all around. You can see even the 2+2 setup. The back seats are in Bentley, exquisite Bentley fashion with diamond stitching, contrast stitching, dual tone leather, and that is absolutely beautiful. Everything in here just feels solid. Of course, it is the pinnacle of luxury for Bentley Continental GT. It is just fantastic build quality. Some things that I don't really like about it, of course, as mentioned before, is the center console, and the buttons don't feel very firm, but that's because it is still using, you know, plasticky button thingies. So this I don't really like, but everything else is just super clean, super opulent. And then you can see the screen, it's triple screen display. I can change the ambient lighting to whatever color I want. There is the accent color, which is all these lines, and the ambient color is, for example, in the door panels over here. Yep, so you can change it to fit the occasion. White, blue, you know, blue would fit this car a little bit better. It's calming, it's nice, you know. This is a little bit of a beigey white kind of leather, a little bit warm, contrasting with a little bit cooler ambient lighting. I think it just pairs together fantastically. So that's the interior of this car. That's beautiful. This is a car that many dream of owning, and you can see why. Absolutely. GT car, 2+2, pure luxury. I want to show off to your friends that, oh, I know how to open the engine bay of this car. It's not on the driver's side, it's on the passenger side. This thing over here, and that is how you open the front engine cover. Soft close door, so you don't need to slam it, it automatically puts itself back together. And let's open this up. There you go, opening in one hand, not easy, okay, but you get this same cylinder bank as the Bentley Bentayga that we covered last time. If you want to watch that video, please go ahead and watch that video. W12 engine, 6.0 liters, 12 cylinders, twin double scroll turbo. That is the heart of this car. And of course you have this material here that is recovered in the Bentley Bentayga also. This basically insulates heat, cuts noise, reduces vibration. Yep, that's the function of that engine hood. You can see such a piece of engineering. Oh, I want to show you one more thing as well. This car looks absolutely beautiful because there's no B-pillar, and when you wind down the windows, let me show you. Okay, let's close that. Let's get into the car. And then start it with the windows. Let's wind down the windows. There you go. Does that not look absolutely crazy? You see the frame of this car over here with the chrome trims, no B-pillar, unobstructed, beautiful view of this Bentley 2+2 luxury coupe. Yep. Crazy. Absolutely crazy, beautiful. Wow, lovely, lovely, lovely stuff. Alright. There you go. And that's the Bentley Continental GT. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please do subscribe to all of us, because I know most of you are not subscribed to all of us, even though you watch our videos almost every single freaking day. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Bye bye guys. Cheers. One more thing that I missed out that I think is super interesting. Remember when I said the Panamera was a close cousin to this car? It is a closer cousin than you think. The gearbox is actually an 8-speed Porsche PDK gearbox. Bentley just tuned it to function smoothly and as, you know, magic carpet feeling, but can be very, very sporty when activated with the Bentley driving mode or with the sport driving mode. So yes, this uses a Porsche PDK gearbox, one of the fastest, one of the best, smoothest gearboxes out there in the market that I've tested so far. So yeah, if anyone of you would like any car, you know, like this, you want to pre-order, you want us to source it for you, that can be arranged, not a problem. Just message us on our pages. Thank you so much.